Meantime, in Texas, a Texas law banning most abortions in the state is now in effect. Opponents have asked the U.S. Supreme Court to intervene. Fox News chief legal correspondent, anchor of Fox News at Night, Shannon Bream, joins us from New York with the latest. Good evening, Shannon. Where does this request with the Supreme Court stand right now?
Well, Brett, it's a bit of a wait and see at this point. It is true that inaction by the Supreme Court, meaning it didn't issue anything in response to a request to block the law before it went into effect today, means just that. It's now in effect. The initial request to block it went to Justice Alito. Now, that's solely based on geography. He can decide this alone or refer it to the full court. He did ask the opposing side to file a response to the emergency request. They did that yesterday, along with a final reply by the abortion clinics and groups seeking to block the law. So those of us who watched the court thought, hey, there's a good chance we get an order or a decision before midnight last night. Both sides of the abortion debate are now standing by.
What we're seeing in Texas is frankly chaos. Patients are scared.
We've already seen an uptick in the number of pregnant women seeking assistance going to pregnancy resource centers because abortion clinics in Texas have announced that they can no longer offer abortions after 6 weeks.
So just because it didn't happen, us getting something for the Supreme Court, doesn't mean we might not still get something from them. Brett, I'm glued to my phone.
Yes. Obviously it's controversial, but what are the critics' main objections to this bill? And really, what are the odds it survives legal scrutiny?
Yeah, well, it bans most abortions in Texas after 6 weeks, but it's this enforcement mechanism that is getting the real attention because it allows average private citizens to sue abortion providers or those who assist in an illegal abortion. They can recover a minimum of $10,000 in damages plus their attorney's fees.
Private citizens enforce the law. The government has no role in enforcing it. So basically, every Texas citizen is now a private attorney general.
President Biden now says that the law he thinks is blatantly violating the Constitution. He calls this private citizen component of it outrageous. It's definitely unique. So we'll see how it stands up under scrutiny.
Yeah, a lot of pro-life groups have been planning different aspects of this. How does this fit in with that strategy? A number of red states making a run at overturning Roe v. Wade.
Yeah, over the last couple of years, a number of states have passed laws that many elected officials are openly saying are specifically about trying to overturn Roe v. Wade. Nearly all of them immediately entangled in legal proceedings, and now everyone is watching and waiting for this case over Mississippi's law to be argued at the Supreme Court this fall. That law bans nearly all abortions in the state after 15 weeks, and no matter how the case is decided, it's likely that the underlying issue for the most part is going to revert to the states. Many of them already passed laws saying that the right to abortion is secured. Now, others have these so-called trigger laws, meaning if the actual underpinning of Roe v. Wade is overturned, there will be no right to an abortion in those states. This court, as we know, under the guidance of Chief Justice John Roberts, has been reticent to issue big sweeping decisions. I'd expect most likely whatever comes down from that Mississippi case could be very narrow. Brett.
We will see if you get a ruling before Fox News at Night. See you then.
I'll let you know.